Hello, friends and fellow lovers of all things beachy. Welcome to The Beach Speaks, the podcast that shares stories about the beach and our connection to it. I'm your host and beach lover, Paige Friend, helping you reconnect with the beach, return to your soul, and reimagine your life. So grab a cool drink, relax in your beach chair, stick your toes in the sand, and enjoy this episode of The Beach Speaks. Hey, beach lover. My guest today is Oneike Jackson, the beach manager at the Boardwalk Beach Resort in Negril, Jamaica. And I have to say, after editing this episode, I just couldn't stop smiling. His high vibe Jamaican energy is that palpable. I'm smiling right now. Oneike is a great storyteller, and it's funny because he did not want to come on the podcast at first. He said he was shy. He didn't know what to say. But his partner, Cathi, who's been on the podcast numerous times, said, "Don't worry, Paige is so easy to talk to. It'll be fun." And true enough, when I got him talking, well, the conversation was, shall I say, jammin. Hey, Oneike and Cathi, welcome to the podcast. I'm so glad that you decided to hop on today and chat with me. How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's good to be here. It's my first one. So
Well, I'm really excited for you to share your story about where you are and what you do, because I'm trying to expand my beach horizons, and and Cathy's been on the podcast a few times to tell me what it's like living and working in Jamaica and the times that she is there. And I want to hear from you what it's like having grown up there. You are from Jamaica, so
yeah.
that's one of the things I definitely want to talk to you about. However, I do want to ask you the question I ask all my guests at the beginning is, how does the beach speak to you?
Well, the beach speaks in a relaxing way. Relaxing way would be like if you're sitting on the beach, like you just grab a chair, sitting, just looking at the ocean, hearing the waves, just relax your mind, your body, just give you that give you that good feeling, you know? I'm there like actually every day, and I see guests come there. Well, both local and guests come there and sit down, they chill, they look at the beach. Especially like foreigners, the first thing they say is "wow," you know. Soon as they come, they're like "wow, beautiful," and they sit, they relax, they look out, they just feel so you can feel the energy coming from them, the goodness of relaxation.
So tell me where you are when you're in these times of relaxation and you're seeing other people. Are you at a resort or are you at a...
Yeah, I'm at the resort.
Okay.
I'm there.
Yeah, so you get to witness people coming who really want that relaxation and want that peace and serenity that we seek at the beach, right? And I imagine that that would make you feel even more peaceful and at ease too.
Definitely. Because when I'm there, I always try my best to take care of people, make sure they're comfortable, make sure they're happy as much as possible. If they have any problems, I go to them. If they have any issues, see if I can help them out with it. And they always like have a good time while I'm there.
Well, what are you doing there?
Well, I'm actually a lifeguard. I'm a lifeguard supervisor, actually. I make sure everything goes well. I make sure everyone is safe. And just like I said before, I make sure everybody stay entertained, happy. I do actually everything just to make sure everybody that comes here is comfortable and happy. But my main job there is a lifeguard.
Yeah, yeah. I want to put a pin on that and go get back to what you're doing now, but I do want to ask you, have you grown up on this island? What was it like? Tell me a little bit about what your childhood was like here.
Well, to tell you the truth, my childhood was amazing. I enjoy every bit of it. We didn't have everything that, but we still have good times. You know, we play a lot of sports, we play a lot of games and stuff. And doing that games, I become a sprinter. So all of that running up and down, give me that running vibe. So I enjoy that to the fullest. And I got a lot of brothers and sisters, so we always playing, always running, always doing everything. Always going to the beach. Yeah, because we live close to the beach, so that's our main place of going to enjoy the beach.
Yeah, yeah. Were you running on the beach? Because that is not easy.
Definitely, we always racing in Jamaica. That's why you have so many sprinters here because we always racing each other. We always running against each other. See who's faster. It's fun time.
So, who is the fastest in your family?
I am actually.
Oh,
Yeah, I got a little brother. He's always trying to challenge me with everything, especially running, because he's a sprinter too. He's always challenging me because we want to see who's faster, and this one time we bet on it, who's faster, and I actually beat him. We won three race. He win the first one. I was just warming up, and the second I win. The third I win. he was he was not happy about it, but I beat him.
there you go. Big brother. Yeah, so did you compete?
Oh yes, yeah, man. I run all the way to high school. I run in
Hmm.
well, we got all age school here. We will call that one middle school, or you guys call it middle school, and we got high school. So I run from there straight to high school. In high school, I
Hmm.
was a champion boy in high school, very fast.
So you're growing up with how many siblings do you have?
I got seven brother and three sisters.
Oh my goodness, that is a big family. Yeah.
Very,
Are they all still there in Jamaica where
yep,
you are? Okay.
yep.
And where in Jamaica are you exactly? What part of the island?
I'm in Negril, the
Okay.
parish of Westmoreland, a little area called Whitehall. It's pretty nice, pretty peaceful.
I just can't imagine what it must have been like growing up there. I mean, well, that's all you really know or have known. I mean, I'm sure you've traveled
Yeah,
outside of Jamaica. Tell me a little bit of if you where you've been and what your impression is of outside of
well,
Jamaica.
yeah. I traveled to this place in Mexico called Cancun, and it
Hmm.
was my first time leaving the island. I was pretty nervous, but I got a good person there to guide me along the way, and
Yeah.
I enjoy. First, it was kind of scary, but I enjoy myself. It
Yeah.
was scary, but I have a good time, and it was adventurous, and
Hmm.
I enjoy it.
Was this the opportunity to go to our Shift Co event?
Oh yes, most definitely. Shifco people they were so nice. I was a bit nervous because
There's no need to be nervous around us. I think we're fabulous people.
yeah,
We're
when
easy
you're
to get
meeting new
known.
people, you're gonna be nervous. You're gonna be like, you don't want to say, the wrong thing. You want to say always the right thing. You're always like trying to make sure everything goes.
Well, I think that probably is because where you work and what you do day to day is that you want people to have a good time, enjoy themselves, and
Definitely.
you want to make a good impression.
Definitely.
And you're representing
Yeah.
your where
Representing
you
Jamaica.
live. You are, yeah, and there's a lot
Yeah,
of
man.
pride in that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So what are some of the things that you all do in Jamaica that we might not know about just because we're visiting? We're on a resort, but
In the
you're
resort.
out there living your life. So tell me about that.
Well, first and foremost, we do a lot of hand washing here.
Mm.
Yeah, definitely. But most places have washer now, upgrade. Yeah, they're happy for it. But we do a lot of hand washing here. And hand washing is pretty hard, but made the clothes super clean. and and also we have we have a lot of fruits grow here. You probably heard about that. Yeah, so
Ooh,
we
tell
eat
me
a lot
about
of
that.
fruits. We try our best to keep our fruits eaten all season around. Different fruits and stuff like that.
Do you have a favorite?
Well, I love all fruits. As long as it's sweet, I love it. Yeah, man. But I like coconut water though. Wash my heart off. Keep the vibe going.
Oh yeah, tell me about that. What coconut water does because I hear people talk about that.
Yeah, man. What we do, we normally like climb a tree because sometimes the coconut trees are very tall. So we have to climb it. And you have to be skilled to climb it. It's not like, climbing with a little baby tree or have a ladder. Most places you don't have a ladder there, but you want to get some coconut. You gotta climb it. And then you try your best not to drop the coconut. You try to tie it up with some rope and let it down. And you know, once you get it safe, you just crack it open and drink some water. And then in the coconut, you also got a thing called jelly in there. So you can also have like a meal. You eat it, you eat the jelly and you drink the coconut. So that's a whole meal right there.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, man. So you have like two or three of them and you're like super full.
Have you ever had a mishap climbing up a tree and grabbing a coconut like to see maybe
No,
when you were
no.
younger?
I try my best not to get hurt as much as possible.
What do you do? Do you like you just crawl up the tree on your own, or do you have like a harness or something, some kind of rope
No, you
or
use your hands and feet and crawl up there like a spider, Spider-Man style. Yeah, I wanna show Cathi how do I climb a tree.
I want to see that.
you haven't seen him climb a tree yet, Cathi?
No, no. It's mango season right now, and all the mangoes are ready to eat, and you just pick them from the tree and eat them.
Yeah, you just grab it and eat.
And I saw one high up, and I said, "Oh, I want you to climb up there and get that."
Yeah.
I
Like,
think here in the States, probably the tallest tree I've climbed is maybe an apple tree,
oh
but
yeah,
that's not very high.
come here, pick some mango for us.
Well, okay, we were talking earlier about your being a lifeguard. How did you get into that, and what is that like? Because when I was in high school, I was a lifeguard,
Oh yeah.
but at a pool and not at the beach, not at any large body of water with a lot of people. So, yeah, tell me how you got into that and what's it like? What do you do?
Okay, so being a lifeguard, before I become a lifeguard, it seems like I don't know. I guess the life of a lifeguard was like dear for me because before becoming a lifeguard, we have this pier in Negril, like pier that go out in the water and stuff like that. Normally jump off and dive and flips and all type of crazy stuff when you're young. And one of my friend was there, but he couldn't swim. We didn't know, and we jump off and we swim to land. He jumped off and he couldn't swim. And when I turned back to see if he's on the pier, he was in the water drowning. So I have to swim out there, and I didn't know anything about lifeguarding then because I was young. But I guess
How old were you?
I was like maybe 13, 14, very young. So I swim back there and I grab him. I didn't even know how to grab him. I swim under his legs, trying to push him up so he can get air. As soon as he gets to the air, I swim up, get air, go back. And soon as When I'm doing that, I'm pushing him forward at the same time. So for him to like reach to land. As soon as he reached to a rock, I tried to stand up and hold him because he was little. Yeah, and it was pretty crazy. And then I started to go to this school, this like school out of high school. So as soon as I finished high school, I started going to this school, and they have lifeguards there, and I'd be like lifeguard training there, and I said, oh, you know what? I think I'm gonna do this because I can swim and I can run. Why not try it out and see what it's like? So I go there and we go to lifeguard training. It's like that training was the hardest training I ever done in my life. That track and field training was so hard. You have to run 100 meters, swim 100 meter, swim back, run 100 meter again, and then you have to do all of this CPR, rescue, and all that. And it was like in Jamaica where it's very hot. It's
Hmm.
very, very smoking hot. And so doing all of that training, I pass and I get my lifeguard certificate and my lifeguard license. And I said, oh, nice. And same time there, you got people there like people from other hotels looking for lifeguards, to certify lifeguards. And the water park personnel was there, and they come to, I think it was like five of us, and we get the job. So my first job was working at the water park, and that water park is, whoa, that was work. A whole lot of saving going on there. 'Cause people tell you that you can swim, and when they say, okay, remember you can't tell if a person can swim. You just have to ask the question, can you swim? And they said yes, you let them go. And they do go, and then you have to rescue them. My mom was even there. I even rescued my own mom.
What? How did that happen?
Yeah, we got a slide here that called the slime mangoes. It's very slow, but you have a drop at the end. When you drop in the pool is like 3 feet. And when my
Mm.
mom, I was at the pool at the time, and she slide down slowly, slowly, slowly. They always close their eyes. Women always closing their eyes. And when she dropped and she tried to like brace herself up, but her eyes were closed. And I was saying, stand up. And I guess she didn't hear me at all because her ears and her face was up in the air, but the rest of her ears and stuff was in the water. And I have to jump off and grab her and scoop her up. And same time my manager was passed. Oh my God, that was a day. My mom jumped up when he see that his son saved her. And she was like, this is my son. And she started to shout out. Everybody started clapping and said, oh, you saved your mom. And my manager said, oh, that's good job.
She said, I meant to do that. I wanted to show him off. See how he can.
Oh God, yeah.
You jumped into 3 foot water to
Well, actually,
to get her?
dive in and scoop her up because that's my mom.
Well,
She
yeah, but 3 feet of water is pretty shallow to be jumping in
very
or
shallow.
diving in. So
Yeah,
that
I
was kind
even
of dangerous for you.
yeah. Well,
But it's your
we know
mom. I mean, you're going to do anything.
yeah, we know how to shallow dive here. We've been diving there. I've been working there for years, so we basically know the ins and outs of the shallow diving and stuff. I even saved like a 7 foot guy there. He was very tall. When he stand up, his knee was out of the pool, and I was like, "Oh my God!" He was like embarrassed too, and I said, "Like, sir, it happens." That
Well, yeah, I mean,
was tough.
it's going down those slides, and you do, even with the slow one, you work up some speed and you drop, and it can be a little bit of a shock to the system. You're just not used to that, and I can imagine you might panic a little bit and think, this is unusual. I don't know that I could get out of this. And then,
Trust me. Every time I rescue somebody, my heart beats because remember, people people that's drowning can actually drown you. You know, you can save them, and you're the one going down. So I always like, and then you don't want to grab them like certain way, especially females. You don't want to grab them in a way that inappropriate. You know what I mean?
right,
So I try
right.
my best not to do that. Even sometimes when they slide from the slide, they slide out and they're not wearing any clothes, they swimsuit, and so it's a whole lot of stuff. But
Yeah,
I try my best to make sure it's like professional.
right,
Not
right. You don't
to
want to pull
get out
somebody
this.
out of the water completely.
Yeah, well, I see that. I see people like slide out and slide, and they jumping up like, "Woo! I'm saved!" And no bra. no bottom. We have to run for a towel to cover them up.
Oh, well, it's funny that not funny, but interesting that you mentioned that the possibility of you drowning as well as the person, because I was thinking back when you first rescued your friend and
Yeah,
you didn't know what you were doing.
no thing.
Really, you instinctively knew what to do, because if you try, they're going to try to climb up on top of you because they want to get air, right? And they're going to push you under. And then what good are you? You're going to drown and they're going to drown.
Yep.
That you knew to bring them up and let them know, okay, I can get air,
Let them get
and
some
that
air.
you took care of yourself and got air, and that you managed to push them toward safety
Well,
at
they
the
gotta
same
get some air.
time. I mean, yeah,
Yeah, that's what they're fighting for, air. Every drowning person always trying to get air, trying to get air. So once you try your best, even in the training, they teach us to always, when you're approaching somebody that's drowning, they said to talk, but people not hearing you when you're talking. So what I do, I try to get around them, try to get from the back. Once you hold them from back, and then
right.
you can talk to them because they're gonna be relaxing because somebody's there to save them and they're floating. So you grab them from the back, you talk to them. I'm a lifeguard. Da, 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 I'm here to make sure you're safe. Relax yourself, and I will take care of you.
Yeah. So that's at the water park, and I keep thinking about our experience in Cancun. There was a slide, and we kept talking about going on it. Cathi is shaking her head and laughing hysterically. Tell us your experience.
I mean, I consider myself a great swimmer. I mean, we swim all over this place, out in the middle of the ocean all the time. And I almost drowned at the water park in Mexico in
Can't
3
believe
feet
it.
of water.
I'll be like, what? And then the Mexican guy have to jump in to save you. He was like, he wasn't happy either. He was like, oh God.
What, you didn't jump? You didn't jump in to save her, Oneike?
I was at the top of the slide. I tell her that every slide it's 3 feet pool, so it's not deep. Don't close your eyes. But she closed her eyes, and that's what I always got them. And the slide was like slow.
Well, I heard you got stuck in it, right? I mean,
Yeah,
it
I got
wasn't.
stuck
Did you?
because I was wearing a lot of clothing, because it's really hot here, so you gotta protect, and we do get sunburns too. So I was wearing a lot of clothes, so the clothes keep on like stick on the slide and stuff like that. So I have to like full myself up with a lot of slide water to get down, and it was pretty slow. I said, "Cathy, really? I must go in this slide," and I wasn't even there. I was on top, looking at her like, "Where is she?" Yeah,
Oh, I'm laughing, but honestly, that had to be a little scary, Cathi. I
Oh
mean,
my gosh, Paige. Honestly, I mean, there's not too many things that scare me about the water or the beach. I have a couple issues with certain animals and things like that, but I mean, water doesn't really, I have no fear. But that was probably the one and only time that I was actually afraid in the water.
hmm
And it was so shallow, but I couldn't find the surface. I didn't know where it was. And next thing I know, I'm in the arms of this, Mexican lifeguard. Like, what's going on?
Oh God, that's funny.
oh my goodness, that story didn't make the rounds in the Shivco group, though.
I was so embarrassed.
Yeah,
So
that was
embarrassed.
Yeah.
embarrassing.
Well,
Everybody.
Come on, I come there with you, and I'm a good swimmer. And the thing is, I'm a lifeguard. Huh? I'm not. I wasn't even there to make sure you're safe.
I wasn't representing.
No,
oh,
I'm sorry. No problem. No
Oh,
problem.
God.
oh my goodness. Well, Ernie and I walked past that any number of times, and a bunch of us were talking about, okay, the next time we're going to go over there and do the slide. And a bunch of people, Lisa said, oh, it's so much fun. You need to do it. And we just never did. We
No.
were just so happy to be hanging out in the pool.
I know.
And I would go out to the beach every once in a while, but that's funny. Well, funny that it happened and it was embarrassing and all that, but not funny that it could have had other consequences. So we don't want to.
No problem, man. I know CPR. I could have get her back. Yeah, I could have get her
You
back.
would have brought her back to
Yeah,
life. I
man.
know. Then it'd have just been a
Yeah. Oh,
wow, what a
yeah. Just a
story.
little water, one. Yeah,
Just a
I'll
little
bring her back.
water. Yeah. Well, speaking of CPR and all that, have you had to go that far to bring somebody back? I mean, that's got to be kind of scary.
Well, actually, to tell you the truth, I never really come across that situation. I think it's only one time it happens at the water park, not at the beach. 'Cause we try our best to prevent stuff from like that to happen at the beach, except this one time. But at the water park, this guy, they always keep like a big event there called Dream Weekend. It's called Wet and Wild. And once you're wet and wild, it's like people gonna be drinking and a lot of stuff like that. There was this black American guy, he drink a lot. And he slide in the slide because at that time, that's where you can drink and slide, because we have like tons of lifeguards there. And he drink and drink and drink and he's sliding and then he slide in and he was like actually drowning and there was some girls there. The girls grab him, pull him up, and he's big. And these little girls like try to grab him up and bring him up, and then everybody come together and take him out of the water. And he was like choking on some water, and they start CPR. And Jamaicans they like different when it come to like try to put their mouth on some other guy mouth.
Yeah.
So they have the
I
girls do
know.
that part, and we do the chest. And he actually puke out, and then he was okay.
Wow.
But that's the only time we do CPR since the training. Beach,
Hmm.
no CPR. Nobody drown. And we try our best to prevent that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So, word to the wise, even if you're a really good swimmer, don't drink and slide.
No, 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 no.
No,
You can
no,
slide.
no. Well, yeah, let's get back to the ocean. You said try to do your best to prevent that sort of thing. What is it that you're doing that you
Well, normally when a person can swim, you always come to the lifeguard to ask some questions like how deep is there. We have a trampoline in the water. They always ask. They want once they see the trampoline, they're like, we want to go do that. So they ask how deep is it, and I tell them, it's 2.5 feet. And they said, and they think about it, and then maybe we try it. And I said, okay. And they always ask the question. Once they ask the question, we know that they can swim, and we always like tell them it's 3.5 feet. The more you go out, the deeper it gets, and all those type of things. So
yeah, yeah. And then you know to keep a special eye
yes,
on
and we
them.
have that swimming line that keep you in the border, and it's not deep at the end.
Yeah. Do you find, because I know the water is so beautiful and clear,
Yeah, man.
you can see to the bottom. However, that's kind of, people don't realize, though you can see the bottom, it could be really deep.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You
man.
get a little sense of false safety, I guess, where, well, okay, I can see the bottom. And a lot of people rely on that to feel safe in going to swim, but it could be deep.
Oh yeah, most definitely. But just like I said before, once they can swim, they're not gonna go deep at all. And they always ask the question, how deep is it? And once they ask that, we know you can't swim, so we need to keep a sharp eye on you. And if you're having too much to drink, we make sure we keep a sharper eye on you because you might go in and you don't come out. So we just keep your eye, make sure you come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't imagine. I've been to Jamaica once. We were at Montego Bay.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't remember there being any difficult currents or anything like that. I've been a swimmer all my life. I swam on a swim team from fourth grade on through college. So I considered myself a pretty good
Yeah.
swimmer.
Pretty good swimmer.
However, yeah, I'm probably a little out of shape now. I don't do as much swimming
It's like
as I
riding a bike.
used to. I know. But I do know enough, as experienced as I feel like I am. Here we have like rip currents, things that can really take you away if you are not, looking out for yourself and others. And there's this particular way you swim to get out of it and all that. But I don't remember in Jamaica there being those currents or anything. Are
Well,
there?
we do have them here, but they're mostly like outside, like way out to deep. In the shallow, like at the beach and stuff like that. No, unless we have like a weather going on, like a storm or something, then it will like bring some waves that will probably take you out to deep. But otherwise, from that, we don't have those here because I never come across like anything like that. And I swim in every different type of water, stormy water, rough sea, dark water, all type of water, and I never come across like a current that's so strong I almost drown. You know?
Do you ever take people out on boats or anything? You
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, man. I take people out on catamarans, glass bottom boat, fishing boat, all type. I'm a fisherman too. I have my fishing license and all that.
Oh, tell me about that.
Oh yeah, that's some work. It's no joke being out there because there's nothing to hold on to out there except from the boat. So it's no joke. And sometimes we go so deep in the water. When you go in the water, when you look down, all you can see around you is blue. You cannot even see the bottom. I get scared sometimes. Like, whoa, anything could just swim up and just like, hello.
What are you fishing for
We
typically?
fish for all different type of fish. We fish for wrenchman, doctor fish, tuna, whatever that's out there that's eatable. We get it. Sometimes some stuff got caught in the net because we use this big net to like pen the fish and stuff like that. And the hardest part is when you go for fishing in the night.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
It's no joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because when you're in the night and the net get hitched on a rock, somebody gonna go and clear it. If it's like five of us on the boat, and the five of us are good swimmers, each person gotta take a chance to go in. And to go in the water, that's rough because you can't see anything. You just have to hold on to the net, pull yourself down to the hitch, and I'm telling you, it's like 30 feet, so deep. And remember, it's night, and anything can swim up on you, and grab your foot or something.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we do it. We survive it. We survive it. This one time when I went to clear the net and it catch my fin. Oh my God! I even pissed my pants then. Oh yeah, it caught my fin, and I was trying to like release it because you when you get caught with the net, don't force it. Take your time. But I was coming up, so I was running out of breath. So I have to take my time while holding my breath and take the net off my fin gentle. Oh my God, that was so hard.
I was just going to ask you because you're not going down there in full scuba gear or anything. I mean, are you even going with a mask and snorkel or are you just free diving it?
Yeah, no, mask and snorkel. Definitely mask and
Okay.
snorkel. 'Cause you need to see where the hitch is and all that to clear the net hitch and stuff. But when it caught my fin and I was coming up, I was like, oh my God, this is it. But I take my time. I said, I'm going to take this net off. Doesn't matter what happened. And I take it off and I swim up like my life depending on it. Very fast. That's the fastest I ever swim out of the water.
Wow. Have you ever thought about being a like a scuba rescue diver or anything like that?
Oh yes, I'm gonna go do that sometime this year to next year. I scuba before, and actually I love it. It's so nice, very easy. At first, I was like, "Oh my God, I never done this before. I wonder what it's gonna be like." But I can swim. I will take my time, listen to the instructor, because those guys they know what they're doing. They have done it before, so I listen cleanly, And Cathi was there. I tried my best to make sure she was scared at first though, but I take my
Oh,
time.
you were scuba diving together
Yes,
Yeah, we
in
both do it
Cancun?
here in
in
Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. We were thinking about in Cancun.
We thought about it, but we didn't want to leave the resort. We just wanted to stick
Yeah,
around.
it's the first time leaving my country, so I was like, I wonder if I should do it. I don't know. It's kind of
Well, we
different.
decided to do the cenotes instead.
Oh yeah, yeah, we did that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's a whole other thing I want to talk about, or the
Yeah, man.
cenotes, because
So
we didn't do that. But getting back to your training for scuba, I totally get you in that you want to follow that instructor and their suggestions about where
Definitely.
you are, because they know the water where you're diving better than anywhere. And even if you're a good swimmer, they'll say, look, you might encounter this, you might encounter that. And it really is a completely different thing than just mask and snorkel sort of thing. I mean, it's fabulous. It's,
Fabulous.
and yeah, and I can tell that you have a good sense about you not to panic. So I would think you would be an amazing scuba instructor, rescue diver.
Thinking about it. I'm gonna
Yeah,
do it.
don't think about it. Do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it, man, because we want to get our certificate up and running, right?
Yeah, we want to get certified.
Yeah,
So,
man, definitely.
Yeah.
So I'm trust me, it's like it's a breathtaking to be like underwater and not coming up for like a couple minutes, you know?
mhm.
It was awesome. And we see like a lot of creatures under there too. We see some squid swimming in like a pack of
Oh,
squids.
wow.
Like
Like a little
yeah,
That's
school.
cool.
full of squids swimming around and they're like still in the water.
It was amazing.
It was like this Aquaman movie that I always watch, you know, being on the water and not coming up. Sometimes I wish I could like stay under there forever.
It's a whole other world. Yeah, I had an episode I recorded with friends of mine, John and Jennifer, and they are avid scuba divers and they go everywhere, and the amazing things that they have seen, trying to swim away from sharks at one point, but typically what I found in the few times I've been diving in water like that is you just kind of blend in and don't disrupt things. Just kind of be still and observe. You know, they're just going to do their thing and swim around you and, not be
Yeah,
bothered.
yeah, definitely. Because well, I never come across a situation like that before. The only time I come across like a major creature in the water is like a dolphin. I think a school of dolphins swim up on me once. At first, I thought it was shark, but when you see the they're not coming at us, they're just swimming around and passing by. We said, "Oh, smokes!
They're like, hey,
Hey, bye!"
bye.
Yeah,
Just passing through.
yeah, it was pretty cool, and it was like maybe 5 or 6 of them. Cause you know, dolphin doesn't swim alone; they swim like a pack.
Yeah, they do.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So they were swimming and doing their thing, twirling and twisting in the water. It's so amazing to like look at that. Be like, wow.
I think they are one of the most fun loving marine creatures that there are. They just want
Oh
to
yeah.
have fun.
And they're always happy. They like always twirling, twisting, swimming, flipping. They're always happy, man. Always happy.
Talk about a good vibe.
Good vibe. The dolphins.
Well, since we mentioned it a little bit about the cenotes, why don't you tell me more about them and what I missed?
At first, I didn't know what cenote was, but I love water. I love water very much. So it doesn't matter what kind of water and where it is. As long as I'm there, I'm gonna jump in. So I didn't really know what I'm gonna expect, except for knowing that I'm going in the water. But when I go there, it was like it was something different. You know, going to like different cenotes and seeing the surroundings. It's like a jungle type of thing. You walk to the jungle and then here come the big beautiful water there. It was amazing, right, Kathy?
Yeah,
It's kind
like
of like
inside
a
the cave.
cave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're a lot of them are in
Okay.
caves.
Yep.
And the one that we went to, I can't remember the reason now, but the water was the bluest aqua
Oh yeah.
we'd ever seen. I mean, it
Oh,
was just
that one under the cave, right?
stunning. Yeah, it was really
Oh my God,
beautiful.
that was like I think I drank some of that water too, just to taste how it tastes. You know, because it looked magical. I was like, I wonder if I drink this water, I'm gonna be able to like swim like Aquaman. So I take a little sip, and then it was good.
So, what did it do?
Well, I used to could hold my breath underwater for like 27 minutes. Now I can go for like half an hour, so that's good.
Now, Paige, I would like to say something to you personally, and you can cut this out, but could me as the mermaid Twizzle have met any other person that was more mermanny for my mermaid than this person?
I do not think we need to cut that out because that is perfect. And if you're listening and wondering what the heck are we talking about, you'll have to go back to what episode it was you had originally talked about your mermaid name and all of that. But Cathy's been on the podcast a number of times to talk about her beach adventures and all that. So yes, you are definitely the perfect pair.
Yeah, that's fun.
One thing I wanted to ask you before we close, are you familiar with the musician Harry Belafonte?
I think I heard that name before.
Didn't he sing the
Belafonte.
Deo song? Deo.
Deo.
Right.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
No, I heard that name somewhere.
Yeah. The reason I ask is that my father sang with Harry Belafonte and went on a world tour with him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And my brother and I danced in my wedding to one of his songs because I wish I could remember which one it was, but it was something that my father used to sing often. So I have a little tie to Jamaica in a way that's personal. And
Yeah, man.
yeah. I definitely want to come and visit. So, I know.
Yeah, man, you should.
You
should, man. The vibe here is amazing, man. The vibe is like different. I I've been working at the boardwalk, well, the beach for a very long time, and they have a little spot called the jungle where you go to like have a good time and stuff like that. And we um we always tell guests that staying there that's where they're supposed to go to have a good time. And when they go there, the next day when we see them, they always tell us that, oh my God, the vibe there is like different. To see all these Jamaican dancers, all these different hotel dancers coming over to challenge, and they're trying to do what they're doing, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah. But the vibe there is like, the vibe in Jamaica overall is different. It's like amazing vibe.
From other islands,
If you,
especially.
oh yes, from other island, Jamaican vibe is different from everywhere else. Everywhere else. As long you can go to every other island and hear their music. Yeah, their music is nice, but the vibe is not there. Like when you come to Jamaica and you listen to some dancehall or something,
Reggae.
or some reggae.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I pass by like a couple other places and I see them having like when I'm going home from work and I see like they're having like a little get together with a guy having a guitar playing some drums and stuff like that. It's packing. A lot of tourists there, a lot tourists and Jamaicans. Jamaicans gonna be there too. Just by passing there and you hear the music, the vibe is like it's jamming. That's what we say here in Jamaica, jamming.
Jammin.
Yeah, man, it's jamming. I mean, it's super good. It's good.
Well, this episode's been jammin'.
Oh yeah, jamming, man.
Yeah, man.
Jamming. Yeah,
How did that sound? Did that not sound like some
yeah. Jamming is good.
American
Jamming is
woman?
good. Yeah, man. Oh, no,
Not
you
an
sound
islander.
good. You sound good.
I don't know. Okay, well, I'll work on that and then get to try it out when I go to visit. So, well, it's coming up on the time we probably should wrap it up. I hate to. This won't be the last conversation we have.
No problem. Anytime you're ready, I'm here.
Oh, okay. So the one who said, I don't want to be on the podcast because I don't know what to say.
It's something different. So, and I'm pretty nervous about different, but I
Oh,
was willing to
you
try.
don't sound nervous.
Well, at first, even when I was going on the plane, I was like a bit nervous, but I didn't show nervous to my beautiful wife here. And even when I was gonna go snorkeling, scuba diving, I was nervous, but I could swim and everything. But it's going in the water. How are you gonna breathe under there? But I do it. I do it. I always get nervous first, and then I always do the thing.
Well, I think that's a healthy nervous. It's just you.
Just to do it, you're like, oh my God. And then you do it, and then be like, woo, I did it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I hope that that's what you feel like after
Always.
we finish this recording. Well, thank you, Oneike and Cathi, for coming on the show today.
Yeah, man, no problem.
You're welcome.
I really, really appreciate it. It was fun. It's always fun to talk to you all.
Always jamming, you know?
Yeah, jammin.
No, man, it's jamming right now. We are about to go out there later on. Yeah, we're going to swim to the island today.
All right, all right. The beach is jammin. Are you listening?
All right, man.
I hope you're smiling like I am right now. I'm even laughing a little. One of the things I admire so much about Oneike is he's not afraid to admit that when trying something new makes him nervous, his way is to acknowledge it and then do the ting. And the next time I get on a water slide, I will not close my eyes. You can tell he is very proud of his island home and eager to share its unique vibe with everyone who visits. It makes me want to hop on a plane and head to Jamaica right now. And I have some exciting news. The Beach Speaks is now on YouTube. So if you or anyone you know loves the tube, check it out. I'll post a link in the show notes. And even if you don't listen, check out the episode cover photos. They're all mine. Just a few drops in the ocean of 40,000 images I've taken over the past few years. And until next time, stay high vibe, mon. And don't be afraid to do that thing. Thank you for listening to this episode of The Beach Speaks. If you liked what you heard, share the podcast with another beach lover. And speaking of sharing, I want to know how the beach is speaking to you. To record a message, just go to my website, thebeachspeaks.com, click the voicemail button, it's super easy, and I'll play it on the show. And if more beach is what you crave, visit thebeachspeaks.com or follow The Beach Speaks on Facebook and Instagram, where I post all my gorgeous sunrise photos and videos. It's another way for you to reconnect with the beach, return to your soul, and reimagine your life. The beach is speaking. Are you listening?